Alright, picking up where we left off, solving quadratic equations, we have two samples of answers and we've gotten to this point. We need to simplify the radical portion, and with the square root of 88, that's going to be 4 times 22, and that's as far as this will go, because if we factor this any further, we're going to have 2 times 11, and neither one of those are perfect squares. So our 4 is a perfect square, and so we take the square root of 4, which is going to give us a regular ordinary 2, and leaves us with the regular 22 underneath the radical. So we have 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 22 over 12. So lots and lots of 2's on this problem. Okay, now there is sort of a shortcut, I suppose, but it's a really bad habit to get into, where people try to cancel here or do some kind of canceling. Honestly, the best way to keep from making any mistakes at all is to split these up into two separate fractions like this, and that way you simplify this fraction by itself and you simplify this fraction by itself. Now there is something else you can do, and let me write this out. You get 1/3 plus or minus the 2 and the 12. Those are going to simplify down to square root of 22 over 6. And you might look in the back of the book and they're going to have 2 plus or minus square root of 22 over 6. Well, essentially what the book has done is, instead of splitting it up into two separate ones, by the way, even though this might be the book's answer, either one is perfectly correct. This answer right here is just dandy. It is perfect. It's A-OK. And my cat is bothering me, so if there's noise on the headphones, my apologies. Okay, anyway, what the book is doing is they are factoring the common factors out of the top two terms. So there's a common factor of 2 right here that those both have in common. So it'd be 2 plus or minus square root of 22, and we get all over 12. And now we're multiplying, and you can cancel that, and that's where the book's version of the answer has come from. So that is perfectly fine, but you cannot cancel here because this is being added. So canceling is a very bad idea to do before you do any factoring. Same thing here, you cannot cancel -2 and 10. Besides the fact that we do need to simplify our negative square root of 76, by the way, which is going to simplify to -4 times 19, and 19 is a prime number, and of course not a perfect square. But the -4, if you need to, go back and look at how to simplify radicals, and that's going to be a complex number over 10, and then these two both have a 2 in common. No canceling, no. So 2 times -1 plus or minus I square root of 19, okay, all over 10. Now you can cancel if you like at that point to simplify it, and you wind up with the book's version of the answer, -1 plus or minus I square root 19 all over 5. Now of course, if we had done the splitting up version, like I split this over, the constant term over 12 and then the radical term over 12, if we had done that over 10 on this second example, we would have had -1/5 plus or minus I squared of 19 over 5. The denominators would have been the same on this one. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as you resist the temptation to do any canceling right here. That's the big thing. All right.